Hey everybody, welcome back to the channel. This is about a 2-hour work process put down to an 8-minute video. So I'm going to try to run you along as I build this. So what I'm doing here is creating a framework so I can make sure my scale is correct before I start trying to build the hip right here. But I wanted to make sure that I don't end up so big on a board that my atlas wouldn't make it. You know, you've got to find a way to make scale. You gotta know how to do it where you're not you don't end up having to find out after the fact that your print's way too big or way too small. And so it's important to do things like this. And if you see there, I'm joining two cuts together. And then after I build that cut, I match it up, and then I can rotate it and copy and rotate and adjust it as needed. And that way you can get some symmetry. And then I just keep moving things into place. I do not like to use just a straight up square, so I always put bevel on it and reduce the number of sides where it has more of an 80s geometric shape. But again, building any of this stuff, it's just really just finding a way to put the shapes together to get what you want. I had a video on where you need to do a tolerance test, because you can sit here and put all this detail into a figure or a mech, and when you go to print it, find out that you made it too fine and that half of that stuff doesn't show up, or it's too big and blocky and ends up looking like Mario Brothers when you wanted something that looked high tech. But as you can see, I can group this stuff together and move it off that frame to get it where I want it, and go back and forth, and that way I can get my gauge. Something else that this allows you to do is it allows you to cut this stuff up after the fact. See how I'm doing these legs? And I can do, once I get one leg built, I can use the mirror feature to turn around and make the exact same leg. So I don't have to make this leg twice. I can make it one time, and then I can copy it and mirror that to where it inverts it the opposite side. And that way you're not taking, I mean, imagine if every single thing on this thing, if you built it all by hand, if you were trying to make the exact same components. See how I split it, and then I was able to rotate it so it's not so stationary, it's got a little bit of movement to it. It's tricky. It's tricky because if you were sitting there trying to put all those blocks in the exact same location on the other side, you might not be very successful in that. So right here, the trick is trying to figure out how to do some kind of feature where he's got a belly, because an Atlas mech does not have a belly. But I'm trying to create a belly type feature, and then I figured, man, I got to come up with some kind of detail. And naturally, if he's got a belly, he's got some Dunlap. That's where your belly Dunlapped your belt. I think we've all experienced that at some point in our life, except for John Cena. John Cena's never had Dunlap. But for the rest of us, at some point, we experience that. And then when I create this belt, I'm just trying to just keep putting it back and forth to make sure everything fits right, and then create detail. And once I get all that together, I can put it on the angle I want. And it technically didn't need to go all the way to the back. But as you see, I have not fixed any of this stuff yet. It's all still stationary, and it's all still unattached. And I can move it around as necessary, and then make sure that I'm matching up on these frames. And again, so I'm not trying to do a 1-for-1 on an Atlas. I'm trying to do my own creation of an Atlas. And so it should look different. If you start trying to do 1-for-1, I mean, man, that's just copying. I'm trying to create something a little more unique for people to have fun with over the holidays. And it was a fun project. Every project you do like this is going to get you closer to where you want. And now I'm playing with the idea of if I actually want a smooth round shoulder, or if I wanted something with a little more shape. In the end, I went more round, but then I cut a bunch of lines and texture into it. I went through 2 iterations on the shoulders, so the final iteration won't be on here. Basically, I'm just getting them in place, trying to figure all that out, and it's not fun. Well, I mean, it's fun, but it's tedious. It's time consuming, and there's another part that I'm just, again, when you go to make these shapes, when you go to do your cuts, you can create that cut once, then you can copy and paste it and move it around to where you get that spherical. And if I let this video go the full hour and 46 minutes, I could really walk you through a lot more of this, but at the end of the day, nobody's going to watch it because it's going to be way too long. They're not going to. I'm just saying right here, I've made the mistake by putting a 2-hour video up before on other channels, and most people are not going to watch it. You start getting a real messed up deal. I would have liked to have more of an organic hat than I did, but I had to settle on this. Maybe if I went into some of the other CAD design things out there, I could probably have done the hat different. But at the end of the day, this is a mech. He's not supposed to be organic. Later, I may have some videos where I play with some of the other rendering software. But with CAD, for these organic shapes, it's tough. So trying to get a hat. The other thing you're seeing me do is I'm creating that mask, but I hope you're paying attention that along the way, I try to make sure that when I put a shape up there, I make sure that there is some kind of connection between the 2 shapes inside. Because if you don't, you may go to print and find out your arm's not attached at all, or a leg's not attached. So it's very important you think about the space in between your shapes. It's not easy. It's fun to mess with, but the last thing you want to do is create something that's not going to physically work as a print. That being said, I hope y'all check me out on Cults 3D and support the channel by getting some stuff on theirs. Try to have some stuff free, and then some stuff is kind of like buying a cup of coffee from me. But I hope y'all enjoy, and please like and comment and let me know that I'm producing the kind of content y'all would like to know and if it's helpful. And if there's any part that you see that you want me to address, I can address that in a shorter video. I try to make some smaller videos where it's easier to absorb. I say easier to absorb, less time consuming than watching a 2-hour video. But I hope y'all are having fun out there, and y'all take care. Like and subscribe.